Hello everyone, this is going to be a video demonstration of integrating these three tools: Open Cloud, Cloud NCP Server, and Terraform NCP Server. Why is this important? Well, because AI agents use all Terraform documentation that they were trained on, because these providers, these documentations, this implementation, this code is always evolving. So we need always the latest documentation of Terraform in order to work. And also Terraform doesn't have some many aspects, or we need to fetch many aspects in order to Terraform to work. For example, I already have a VPC in my account. Well, I want to use that VPC to create resources in Terraform. What do we need to do? Well, I need to access the console and get my VPC ID. Well, that's where the tools come from and save us so the agent can actually access those tools. So OpenCloud is going to be the brain of the operation, and HCloud NCP, which is a MCP server created by me with many tools of many different services. Here is only the main ones and mainly read-only operations, like I said before. For example, getting to know which public IPs I have with not gateways I have, with rules I have, so in order to get them, import them, use them as data files in Terraform, and use my existing infrastructure. What else? For example, listing flavors, listing availability zones, and flavors inside of an availability zone, because those are also availability zone dependent. So yes, and the last tool is going to use the Terraform NCP server from HashiCorp that allows us to get the latest documentation of many providers, in this case for Huawei Cloud. So we are going to get the latest documentation for every resource that we need. We need the documentation for SECS. Well, we can get it and get into the specifics of what we need, and it's not going to do hallucinations. Oh, I don't know how to create an ECS. No, well, you can search it, and that's the power of these tools. So with these tools, he can get the provider's details, the how to write my Terraform code. And for the variables that I don't know, what do I need? Do I need to create a new VPC, or do I need to use a VPC existent already? How do I know which VPC to use? Well, I'm going to fetch them. I'm going to fetch which flavors exist in my region, which trust types are available, which subnets are available to use. So he's going to use HCloud MCP server to get that and ask the user, hey, which one of these do you want to use? Well, I'm going to use the first one, the least one. Well, then I need to get a compatible storage type for that specific flavor, that specific engine of RDS. So he's going to fetch them, and after that, he finally can do the writing. Here are some other examples of deploying a web server in an existing VPC, or for example, the production server is down. We can restart it using scloud. So we can use the scloud batch server reboot servers and get into the server and reboot it directly from the terminal. That's actually very great. So here we have open code, and as we can see, we have two MCP servers started. So let's get into the first thing. For example, list me my VPCs inside AP South East one region. He can do that. So how can he do that? He's going to use HCloud MCP server and use the tool that I wrote into him, HCloud list VPCs and the region is explicitly. And the tool is going to answer him. And we got that we have VPC default. Hey, and that VPC has one subnet. Okay, that's okay. Tell me which. Okay, how many security groups I have? I have two security groups. Okay, I have a default security group and this security group. Oh, okay. We can check it in the console. Let's see. I have four security groups, probably in other regions. Sorry, I got into. I think I have the security group console here. Okay, so in eBay so deals region, we have these security groups. Perfect. Let's say delete that first security group. Okay, and he get into the hcloud NCP server. We get into the tool that deletes the security group. So let's wait a little and let's check. Wow, the security group is already deleted. That's perfect. So here I have another another problem that I need him to solve. So I have this Rocky Linux image right here. What do I need to do? I need to create an image of that Rocky Linux and getting the image, creating an image in image management service. And I'm going to ask him to create an elastic load balancer, elastic IP, allow the scaling group and creating servers for that. So let's do that. I created a skill that optimizes that. Let's go with the Huawei Cloud Terraform Planner and paste my my command. Let's check my command. With my command. My command was this: use Terraform NCP, and I want you to create an IMS image using my Rocky Linux image from in OBS and create an ALB plus autoscaling configuration with Elastic IP ingress rule only for my IP, minimum 3 replicas, maximum 6, alarm based. So he's getting the latest and greatest Terraform documentation of everything he needs. For example, he is going to need Elastic Load Balancer documentation, auto-scaling documentation, VPC documentation, well, Elastic IP documentation, and security group documentation. Every documentation that he needs, he's going to fetch, and that's okay. He's going to get the latest provider documentation and going to build based on that. So he got into a lot of things. He he needs to ask many things from me. He's also getting into my OBS bucket in order to get my image. So he's going to list the things that are inside my bucket. Okay, he found the image. He found the Rocky Linux image. That's perfect. He is going to ask me for those guys. Okay, he said, I found your Rocky Linux image. Here's what I score estimate. He found that my Rocket Linux, perfect. In my VPC default, my subnet default, he found the AC is available, probably using hcloud, and he's going to ask me now. So let's go. My public image, I'm going to say that auto detected for me. Go for this flavor, SSH. Now use use password. This is only so he can do that faster. Let's go for this and let's go for that. Perfect. And now he's going to fetch my public IP. He got into a curl and into an URL and got my public IP. That's okay. That's perfect. He's getting me the whole plan. Okay, here's the complete plan with a PPC, a subnet using my default Rocky Linux from that, for my OBS activity group, EAP, dedicated LLB, listener pool, health monitor, AC group, scale out, scale in, and he's ready to write. So, write code. Okay, so we got into the latest, that is to write the complete Terraform configuration. He checked that I don't have anything inside, so he's preparing to write. This is going to take a while because he's writing things in the background. Well, he's writing things in the server before getting those things here in my computer. So he's going to take a little while. Let's wait a little. So he got into writing all this code. Let's check it. Okay, see. So he got into the last step. He's going to do the Terraform init and Terraform plan. While he does that, let's go and check the code. So he got into region AP. So this latest Terraform documentation as of today, that's 1.91.0, and he's going to use my default VPC that he fetched before. Going to get into the Rocky Linux. I didn't know you can do that, but you can create an image using an URL directly from Terraform. Wow, that's perfect. So after that, ELB, egress rules, ingress rules, ELB is going to use a load balancer, monitor is going to create the Rocky Linux, I cloud out the scaling group, alarm rules, and it looks like everything is here. That's okay. Let's see what else he does. Okay, so he found an error. Okay. Oh, right. He needs my credentials. I'm going to give him my credentials from another project. I didn't count on that, so let's give him my credentials. The credentials are going to be changed after this video, of course. So let's see. Image management service, there should be an image being created after some time. Okay, yes, deploy. Sorry for that, I actually needed to say deploy. So now he's going to apply an object group. Let's wait a little. Bring configuration, expanding, 80 resources to add. Okay, creating, equation complete. What? Things. Let's see. Okay, so he actually is getting to list OES versions. We have to go into other Linux. Okay, so that's interesting because um, in the importing of the image, he said, oh, this version is structure Linux. This version specific, but he didn't get it right. So what he did is, it's okay that he didn't get it right. Why? Because if we weren't using these MCP tools, he will never know. So he got into MCP tools and got into hcloud MCP tools to list the correct OS versions. So he got that. Well, Rocky Linux is not a OS version. There's only Linux. So might as well do that. We're going to change that to other Linux. Okay, that's the viewer version that we can use. So he's going to try again. And now, after some time, he's finally going to create the image. Perfect. I think we got a new task. Oh, perfect. It's creating the image. Look it in real time from Terraform. Who would have thought that? And that Terraform can create an image like it. So this step is going to take a while. I'm going to pause the video a little bit. Where's it? Okay, so after a while, the image has been successfully been created, and he's actually getting into a little more debugging. Let's see if the ECS has been created. Yep, not yet. We need the scaling configuration for that. Uh, I believe the other resources like security groups. Let's check security groups. Okay, we got security groups working. That's perfect. We got the inbound routes for my IP explicitly from my IP, which is what I asked him to do. That is that is okay. And now it's going to add the last 8 resources. It's going to be creating a ELB. Estás fallando, mi loco. After many tries, I think the security group, well, no, not the security group, the elastic load balancer, the auto scaling has been created. Let us check. Elastic load balancer. Oh, yes, we have an elastic load balancer, and that elastic load balancer has a public IP. That's okay. Let's check now the servers. We get that we have 3 servers running. That's perfect. I think he finished. Yes, the deployment has been complete. So we got into everything that we needed. We got into writing all of this code, debugging it, getting into the information needed to create all this code. He didn't know, for example, which flavors of CS, which instance type there were in Huawei Cloud. Now he knows. He asked me to pick one. That's okay. That's perfect. And he got everything in a little bit of tries, but he got it. So as a last resource, I am going to ask him to destroy everything. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned anything. I hope you learned something, I mean. And if you're interested in doing all of this, yes, it's an interesting tool. I hope you implement it in your workflows. So yes, that's it for today. Thank you for listening.